They say a knife is a tool of precision, survival, and utility. But what if I told you that most people are using it in a way that could endanger their safety, ruin their gear, or worse, cost them their life in a real survival scenario? In this video, we're going to expose the single worst place to use your knife, a mistake so common that even seasoned bushcrafters and preppers fall into it without realizing. And stick around. Reason number 3 will completely flip the way you think. About blade use, knives are sacred in the survival world. They're not just tools, they're lifelines. A well-maintained knife can start a fire, build shelter, prepare food, defend against threats, and even perform medical tasks. But the real danger isn't the wild, the blade, or the elements. It's the false confidence that builds when you've used your knife so many times that it becomes second nature. That's when people make the fatal mistake, using their knife directly on hard surfaces, especially on the ground, rocks, or concrete. Let's break this down. Picture this. You're out in the wild, needing to baton wood or carve a stake. You place it on a flat rock or the ground and start working. Seems stable, right? But what just happened is the worst-case scenario for your blade. Every time you strike, the edge is vibrating against a surface harder than wood, risking microfractures you don't see immediately. Over time, those tiny fractures turn into chips, bends, or outright breakage, leaving you with a dull or broken knife right when you need it most. This brings us to the first critical truth. Surface matters more than strength. Many think that if the knife is tough, it can handle any use. Wrong. Even high-end steels like CPM S35VN or 1095 carbon steel will lose their edge prematurely if you're using them on concrete, stone, or even hard-packed dirt full of debris. Think of your blade like a scalpel, surgical, focused, deadly, but only if respected. The knife isn't just a hammer with an edge. It's an extension of your survival instinct, and one misstep can dull your edge literally and mentally. Now, here's twist number 2. Your survival knife is not a shovel. Yet countless people use it to dig into soil, scrape roots, or pry up objects from the ground. You see it in videos, in survival challenges, even on social media hacks. But the moment your blade contacts rocks or sand, you're grinding it down like sandpaper on metal. Once that fine edge is gone, you're not getting clean feather sticks. You're not slicing cordage cleanly, and your food prep turns into a struggle. More dangerously, that now compromised knife could slip and injure you. In a real crisis, you're now at risk, not from the environment, but from your own dull tools. Here comes reason number 3, and this one might shock you. The worst knife damage doesn't happen in emergencies. It happens in your own backyard. That's right. Daily tasks like opening packages on concrete floors, slicing open boxes on tile, or cutting rope on a patio are where the silent killers of blade performance live. Every scrape against a stone-like surface is a microscopic theft of your edge. And since it's not dramatic or immediate, most people don't notice until their knife can't even slice paper. That moment, it didn't start today. It started months ago when you used your blade on the wrong surface again and again. So how do we avoid this? First, always create a buffer. Use a wood stump, a leather mat, or even a thick log as your cutting surface. Second, if you need to dig, don't use your knife. Invest in a compact survival shovel or digging tool. They're made for abrasion and won't compromise your edge. Third, carry a backup blade, a utility knife or box cutter for dirty jobs, and reserve your main blade for critical, clean tasks. This simple habit doubles the lifespan of your edge and keeps you ready when it counts. And here's a bonus insight that few talk about. In high-stress survival situations, your mind is already fatigued. That's when you're most likely to act without thinking. Having clear habits like never cutting directly on the ground builds muscle memory that protects you even when your thinking is clouded. Survival isn't about reacting. It's about preparing systems that keep you sharp, literally and mentally. Before we wrap up, let me ask you something. How many times have you seen a survival video where someone carves on a rock or digs with their blade, and no one calls it out? Now you know better. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it, and if you want to keep your knife razor sharp in the field, check out the tool I linked in the pinned comment. It's the same one I keep in my EDC kit, and it saved my edge more times than I can count. Don't let bad habits dull your instincts. Your knife deserves better, and so do you. There's one last thing seasoned outdoorsmen understand that beginners often overlook. Blade maintenance isn't something you do later, it's something you do now. Every task you perform with your knife should come with the mindset of protecting your future self. That means avoiding shortcuts, resisting the urge to just get it done, and thinking long-term. When you preserve your blade, you're also preserving your control over the situation. A sharp edge isn't just about efficiency, it's about confidence, and in survival, confidence equals clarity. Clarity equals action, and action can mean survival. So next time you're out in the field or even in your own backyard, stop and think, am I using this knife like it was meant to be used? Or am I slowly killing it without realizing? The best survivalists don't just carry the right tools, they use them the right way. You've just learned one of the most overlooked dangers in the prepping world, and now that you know it, you're already ahead of 90% of people out there. Stay sharp, mentally and physically. And remember to check the ponky near a pinned comment toned for a tool every knife owner should have in their kit.